Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be giving you a holiday glam with the bold lip. You guys have been asking for this, so I will be using all MAC products for the exception of my Flutter lashes. So I'll be listing all the products below, so I really hope you guys enjoy this one, so tune in. Alright, so I have my skin and my brows done. As always, I love to use the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I set it with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder, and I also use the Anastasia Contour Kit to contour my skin. And then the blush that I'm wearing, if you're wondering, is MAC Dainty. It's awesome. It's a beautiful pink with some shimmer. So now let's go ahead and get into eyes. I always love to use MAC Paint Chili Paint Pot. It's an amazing eye base for all day wear. So I always start off with that, and I'll be applying it with the MAC 217 brush. You can use any brush. I just wouldn't recommend your fingers. Our fingers have a lot of oil, so I always find that I get better results with a brush. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and just blend that all over the eyes. And I mainly cover the lid up to the crease and a little bit up to the brow, but it's mainly in the middle and on the lid. Alright, so now that I have my eyeshadow base on my lid, I'll be going into a MAC 224 brush. This is my favorite blending brush. I always start off with this brush before I start anything. And today I'll be using all MAC eyeshadows. This is my little brown palette that I made myself. But usually a color that I love to use, and I can use it literally for any combo, is MAC Soft Brown. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a nice matte, light pinkish brown shade. So I'm just getting in there with my 224. And we're just going to go ahead and just start on the outer corner. And here I'm doing small circular motions and I'm bringing it in. So this is what we call sometimes our best friend color because it helps build other shades on top. So just back and forth, windshield wipers. Okay, so now that we applied soft brown on both lids, this is going to be the highest color. It's going to not necessarily reach your brow bone, but pretty high up there. So it does kind of reach all across the lid except for the lower lid area. So now we're going to go ahead and go into one of my favorite shades. It's called Cork. It's a nice, sorry, this is a palette refill. So it's a nice brown. It's not too red. It's like a true brown. And we're going to go ahead and use a 224. And this one's staying right in the crease. And I'm doing little circular motions. But what I'm really trying to do with this shade is really define the crease now. I'm also going to apply Cork underneath my lower lash line using the same 224 brush. And we're just going to go ahead and just lightly buff this out underneath. I like how, I love actually wrapping any eyeshadow around the eyes. So I feel like I'm messing up everything that I'm saying. Alright, so now we're going to work on the lid. So this is my own personalized palette that I made from MAC. But the shade I'll be going into is called Orb. It's a perfect matte eyeshadow with a hint of pink, but it's perfect for the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and use a flat brush. I don't have a number for this one. This one's a Morph brush that I picked up. But any flat brush that you have will be perfect. I'm going to go back into Painterly. And then some tip, when you're using any cream formula, make sure you turn it around on your tabletop. If you leave it up, it's going to dry out. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this on my lower lid. Just like that, just till I hit the crease. And using the other side of the brush that's still clean, I'm going to go ahead and go into Orb. Really going to pack that color on my lower lid. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and use MAC brush 275. This is a perfect brush for putting any shades in your inner tear duct. So I will be going into a color called Phloof. It's white, it's frosted, it's perfect for really opening up the inner tear duct. So we're just going to go ahead and apply that there. And sometimes I bring it up a little bit more and then I wrap it underneath my eye. Alright, so now we're going to go back into the crease. So we're going to go back into Cork eyeshadow because I really want to define it. I'm going to use that same 224 brush. And we're going to start on the outer corner, and now I'm using lighter pressure because what I'm trying to do is blend the lid and the crease together so you don't see where anything ended or started. And again, my strokes are small circular motions, but I gradually bring it in. Alright, so now I'll be putting a color inside my waterline. I think for a bold lip type of look, it's perfect to put a white pencil inside to really help opening up the eye. This is MAC Pencil and Fascinating. You don't have to use a really white one, but you can also use a neutral shade one, but I love this one to really help pop out the color. Okay, so just to define the crease just a little bit more, I'll be going into a 217 brush, and I'll be using the shade Espresso. This is also an eyeshadow from MAC. And all we're going to do, very light pressure, I'm just going to really define this right here. And this I'm going to kind of wish out because that's the shape that I wanted. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add a wing liner. You can definitely skip this step, put on some mascara and some lashes and a bold lip and be ready to go. But I love a wing liner, so we're going to go ahead and add that. I'll be using MAC Black Chroma Line. It's a gel liner. This is a pro product you can buy at MAC stores or online. And I'll be using a MAC 266 angled brush just like this. Really got in the product, but this is very nice and creamy. I stretch out the eye just like that. Just kind of really figure out what shape I want. Kind of want it like that, and then I turn the brush around. Just bring it forward. And then fill in any gaps. And I find once you have the angle, the tip of your eyeliner, the rest is super easy. That was probably like the hardest part. And then you just kind of bring in what's forward. We're just going to finish that. I start in the inner tear duct. Bring it out. Alright, so now that I've duplicated liner on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and use a makeup wipe. As always, I always have to clean it off a little bit. It's never as long as I intend, but the magic is that you can go back and kind of carve it to as long as you want, and it makes the edge a lot sharper, which I like to do. Okay, so I'll be using MAC Select Cover Up Concealer in NW25, and I'll be using a MAC flat brush. This is a 242, so anything flat and small, so I'm going to get just a dime size amount. This is really going to help clean your liner and also make it sharper. So we're just going to clean that right underneath, just like that. I don't really get right underneath the lashes because I like the shadow that I put there. Alright, so now time for mascara. So I'll be using MAC False Lash Waterproof mascara. I love this one. I like that it's a little waterproof. It actually helps keep my lashes up. As you can see, they're super straight. And I also love how it chunks up my bottom lashes really great, because this whole look is really going to help bring out the bottom lashes, especially. Alright, so now that the mascara has dried up a little bit, I'll be curling them. This is my favorite eyelash curler. It's from Kevin O'Quan. He's an amazing makeup artist. He has his own makeup line. I've been following his work since I was a little girl. So now that it's kind of dried, I'm going to go ahead. I always like curling them at the very beginning. Do a couple curls there since they're so straight, as you can see. And once you have a little curl there, I do one more set, a little bit more on the tips over and over. So today I'll be using Flutter lashes in Isabella. I've been wanting to try these. So I applied a little glue that we're setting for about 20 seconds. I grab it from both ends and I really apply right in the center. Once I've hit a landing place, I apply the end, really by pushing it in, and then I apply the very front. I really make sure I play with them and I pinch them a little bit to make sure they're on correctly. For all you makeup artists out there, these are the perfect lashes for brides. So again, they're Flutter lashes in Isabella. And I also add a nice light layer of mascara. This helps blend my real lash and the mink lash together. I never get too close to the tip here. You don't want that to be chunky, but I do grab it from the inside. So in order to get the perfect red lip, yes, I'm doing a bold lip today, which I never do, but I figured, hey, I need to step out of my comfort zone. So I like to put a little concealer all over my lip. This helps glide on the lip pencils. And then I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Powder Medium Plus and matte down the concealer. Okay, so now that my lip is nice and prepped, I'm going to go ahead into lip pencil. This one is in red, and this lip pencil is from MAC. So we're going to go ahead and just start on the outer. I like to outline it first. And then I really get the inner corners, especially on a bold lip. So now that I've outlined my lips using red lip pencil, you see that I did the edges and I kind of filled in, especially the corners, but I left the middle blank. I'll be using Lady Danger lipstick. This is one of my favorite reds. It's more of a brighter red with a hint of orange, and it's nice and matte, and it's perfect for long wear. Right in the center. And because there's lip line all the way around, I just need to put a little bit in the center. And that color is so pretty. So last but not least, I'll be setting my skin with Fix Plus Finishing Spray from MAC. This helps bring out my blush and really bring my makeup back to life, and my skin's dry, so it really helps keep it hydrated. So that is a wrap. So that was a holiday bold lip that you guys were asking for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's definitely wearable for any holiday events you guys have going on in this month. So I'll be listing all the products below, and let me know what you guys would love to see next. Thanks for watching.